So, what if I told you the best way to get someone to like you isn't to do them a favor, but to ask them for one? I know it sounds totally backward, right? But this is the secret behind a super powerful psychological tool called the Benjamin Franklin effect. Today, we're going to break down how this one simple trick can turn your biggest rivals into your strongest allies. Go ahead, take a second, picture someone in your life. Could be a coworker, maybe a classmate, someone who just seems to have it in for you. You know the type, the one who always gives you that negative vibe. We've all got somebody like that. So, what's our usual go-to move? We try to kill them with kindness, right? We bend over backwards to be helpful, hoping they'll finally see us in a new light. But here's the crazy part. That strategy, it usually fails. The real secret to winning them over is the exact opposite of what you'd think. To really get this, we have to jump in a time machine and go all the way back to the 18th century, because this brilliant social hawk comes from one of America's founding fathers, a guy who wasn't just a politician and an inventor, but an absolute master of human psychology, Benjamin Franklin. Okay, so picture this. Franklin's in the Pennsylvania legislature, and he has a serious problem. There's this other really powerful guy who just can't stand him. And this wasn't some minor tiff. This rival was actively bad-mouthing Franklin in public and trying to sabotage his career every chance he got. So what do? How do you handle a guy like that? Do you fight back? Do you try to shower him with favors? Well, Franklin did something way more clever. Something so completely unexpected, it caught his rival totally off guard. That's right. Instead of offering help, Franklin asked for it. He heard that his rival had a really rare and valuable book in his personal library. So Franklin just sends him a polite note asking if he could borrow it for a couple of days. And what happened? Well, the rival, probably feeling a little flattered, sent the book right over. A week later, Franklin gives it back with a simple thank you note, and the result was, well, immediate. The very next time they saw each other, his rival walked right up to him and spoke with a kindness he had never, ever shown before. And that one little interaction, it kicked off a friendship that lasted the rest of their lives. I mean, look at this shift. It's not subtle. The relationship literally rockets from total hate to genuine friendship, all because of one small request. So, why on earth did this work? This wasn't some kind of 18th century magic trick. Nope. It was a deep understanding of human psychology. Franklin basically forced his rival's brain to solve a logic puzzle, and the only possible solution was to start liking him. The science behind this is something called cognitive dissonance. It's that really uncomfortable, stressed out feeling you get when you do something that doesn't line up with what you believe. Your brain absolutely craves consistency, and it will do almost anything to get rid of that internal conflict. So let's get inside the rival's head. A war was basically breaking out. On one side, he's got this long-held belief, I can't stand that Benjamin Franklin guy. But on the other side, he has this brand new action. Wait a minute, I just did something nice for him. I loaned him my prized book. And that conflict feels terrible. It's like gears grinding in your brain. It creates this awful friction and stress. And your brain's number one job is to make those gears run smoothly again. And to do that, something's got to give. So here's how the brain brilliantly solves this puzzle. First, it feels that conflict. I don't like him, but I helped him. That creates stress. Now you can't undo the action, right? The favor is done. So the only thing left to change is the belief. The brain basically tells itself, you know what? I wouldn't do a favor for someone I dislike, so I guess I must actually like the guy after all. And that is the incredible mental flip. We all think our actions follow our feelings, but the Benjamin Franklin effect proves it can work the other way around. Our feelings will actually change to match our actions. By doing the favor, the rival's brain had to create the feeling of liking Franklin just to make sense of it. Okay, great story. But how do we actually use this 18th century social hack in our own lives? Let's break down exactly how you can pull this off. Now, this part is absolutely critical. You can't ask your rival to help you move on a Saturday. No, the favor has to be small and it has to be low effort. A big request just feels like a burden. A small one, though, that creates a connection. So here are some perfect ideas. If that person is an Excel whiz, ask them to show you a quick formula. If they're a great writer, ask for one piece of advice on an email you're sending. Seriously, even asking to borrow a pen can be enough to trigger that brief, positive interaction and get that cognitive dissonance working for you. And there's another subtle thing happening here. When you ask for help, it's actually a hidden compliment. You're basically saying, you know something I don't, or you have something I need. You're signaling respect for their expertise, and that is an ego boost that is almost impossible for anyone to resist. But a really important word of warning here, this is a precision tool, not a sledgehammer. You use it once, strategically, to flip that switch in their brain. If you keep asking for favors over and over, the effect disappears, and you just turn into a leech. So you've done it. You asked for a small favor, and you can feel the dynamics starting to shift. But what's the long-term payoff here? Well, this is where the real magic kicks in. Because their brain has now decided that it likes you, they have a small psychological investment in you. It's like they've placed a tiny bet on you, and their brain wants to protect that bet, so they'll actually start looking for more reasons to like you. They'll subconsciously start rooting for you to succeed. And it all comes back to this one totally counterintuitive idea. The best way to build a bridge isn't to push your kindness onto them. It's to pull their help towards you. You let them be the hero of a very, very small story. So, I'll leave you with this question. Who is that person for you? Who comes to mind? And what small, easy, low-stakes favor can you ask them this week to start completely rewriting the story between you two?